Hi guys, I welcome you all to today's demo session. So today we are going to talk about the XDR platform and the EDR platform. So this is the first part of the EDR training that I'm delivering. So there are a lot of points that I'm going to deliver in the EDR training, full-blown EDR training. So it's a 4 to 5 hours course on the EDR, where I'll be explaining you what is EDR, what all are the different features, how to onboard devices to the EDR, what all important URL and IPs are there, and then we are going to perform 3 different set of practicals on the EDR. That is how to detect a PowerShell script in a fileless attack, how to detect it, how to respond on it, how to detect a ransomware attack, and what all things we have to respond on the EDR. And then we are also going to see the live response tutorial where we don't have to do anything. The EDR will perform a whole investigation and will block the attack. So these are some of the glimpses to the EDR. Yes, there is a lot that you can do through the EDR. EDR stands for Endpoint Detection and Response. This is one of the latest technologies that the organizations are using to protect themselves. So EDR, you can think of it as the advanced version of the antivirus. So in Microsoft, it is Defender for Endpoint. So with this, let's begin the session. This was the syllabus I've already shared with you. Sorry. Let's begin this with day 1. So the agenda for today's session is what is a Microsoft XDR solution, what all are the different components included in XDR, and what is the naming convention or changes in the XDR solution. So XDR, so we are basically talking about the Microsoft security suite. And see guys, security is a layered approach. There can be multiple security devices to protect your environment. All these devices are collectively called as the XDR. Okay, so here on my screen you can see the XDR solutions that are there. So at the top, these are the old name of the solution. For example, here you see the email part. Previously the email security was named as Office 365 Advanced Threat Protection. Okay, for endpoints we have Microsoft Defender Advanced Threat Protection. For identity, it is Azure Advanced Threat Protection, and for cloud security, it is Microsoft Cloud App Security. So these all are the 4 different suites we have to protect our network. So these all are the 4 different security suites to protect our environment into the cloud. Okay. So the naming convention they have changed. So this email security is known as Microsoft Defender for Office 365. This is the latest name that is there in the market to secure our email, whatever we are receiving in the organization. If you are using Microsoft, you have this Microsoft Outlook. On top of it, we have this Microsoft Defender for 365. If you are using antivirus of Microsoft, that is Defender for Endpoint, to secure your endpoints, this is the name, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. If you want to secure your identities, if you are using Azure Active Directory, we have Microsoft Defender for Identity. If you are using any cloud-based services you want to access from outside, we have Microsoft Cloud App Security. So these all are the different suites into the Microsoft security suite that you can use, and these are collectively called as the Microsoft XDR, Extended Detection and Response. See guys, we are not talking about only detection, but we can respond through devices as well. For example, if I talk about email, if I can create a rule on the Office 365 that if I received a malicious email, please block it. It can respond immediately. If file attachments are coming in the email, if it is malicious, block it immediately. If I am receiving email from a suspicious location, block it immediately. So not only a detection capability, but also respond. If you talk about this Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, this is the EDR solution. If I'm seeing any threat, block it immediately. If you are receiving any malicious file, malicious things happening in the environment, block it immediately. Again, Defender for Identity. If your username is compromised, if your username or password is somewhere posted in a GitHub or in a Facebook link, block that user immediately onto the Azure Active Directory. So these all are the extended capabilities that we are getting. Okay, this is not only limited to this. Let me move to the next screen. Let me show you this. This email, endpoint, app identities, cloud apps, documents. So we have DLP also, Microsoft DLP. All these services are collectively called as Microsoft 365 Defender. Collectively called as Microsoft 365 Defender suites. All these services. If I move next, we have the other security services as well. For example, Microsoft Defender for database, Microsoft Defender for IoT, Microsoft Defender for virtual machine, Azure App Service, networks, container. These are collectively called as Microsoft Defender for cloud. See, if I ease you these things for you, I think this is there in the next slide. On the left hand side, if you have anything outside of the Microsoft Azure, if you have anything outside of the Azure, you can use this Microsoft 365 Defender. If you have anything inside of the cloud, inside of the Microsoft Azure, these are the supporting services that are there. Microsoft Defender for cloud. So previously, I hope you have you have seen or you have heard about Azure Security Center. Okay, this is the Azure Security Center basically. So its name again, guys. See, Microsoft is known for rebranding the name of the devices or the services they are offering. There is no major change, but the changes over the naming convention is happening. For example, this on the right hand side, this is collectively called as previously Azure Security Center. They have rebranded it, they have renamed it, and now it is called as the Microsoft Defender for cloud. Okay, all these services are available there. Now, all this thing is collectively called as Microsoft XDR. XDR stands for Extended Detection and Response. Through this, we are not only detecting these stuff, detecting the malicious activities happening, but also we are responding to the threats. Okay, so that's what is happening through this Microsoft XDR solution. And for extended to collectively collect all the logs and to have a brief overview, to have a high level overview over all the logs, we can send all these logs to the Sentinel as well, Microsoft Sentinel. I have trained you guys on Sentinel as well. I hope you know it, how to do this stuff. So all these things, all these capabilities are part of extended detection and response. So this is the high level agenda for you. I'm rephrasing myself, not rephrasing, repeating myself. These all are the important services that are there. If you are outside of the cloud, inside also it will support, but generally outside of the cloud, you have you're receiving email from outside, you have on-premise endpoint servers, you want to onboard them. Then we have Microsoft Defender for the usernames, the password. Then the cloud app security broker, you want to access the cloud from your on-premise environment, you want security there. Again, Microsoft Cloud App Security for you. So these all are the different security suites that are available, and the latest name I have mentioned in the bottom. Previously, they are known as Office 365 as Advanced Threat Protection, Microsoft Defender Advanced Threat Protection, Azure Advanced Threat Protection, Microsoft Cloud App Security. So all these stuffs were there previously. Now they have been renamed. The email part is known as Microsoft Defender for Office 365. The endpoint is known as Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, Microsoft Defender for Identity, Microsoft Cloud App Security. Now, one more important thing, the Azure Security Center has also been renamed, and it is known as the Microsoft Defender for Cloud. So this is a high level overview about the XDR solution. So let me move to the EDR part now. So I'm not going to cover the whole slide, just the Defender for Endpoint, what it is basically. Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. So when they initially launch the service, it was known as Microsoft, I think Azure. I think I did some mistake. So it was Azure Defender for Endpoint. Then they renamed it to Windows Defender ATP, and then they renamed it to Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. So this is the latest name of the Defender is Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. So our naming convention change happened a lot. Okay, so to access this the service, this thing, basically you have to reach to this portal, https://securitycenter.windows.com. So this is the thing. Before that, how to register here, how you will get access to this portal, what all things are there. So let me move to my this thing. One second. So here is my sticky notes. Just a second. These sticky notes. So how to register for this Defender for Endpoint Services? Let me just show it to you, and I'll be sharing the link with you as well. So this is the one. This is the one. So this is the link. Basically, if you want to register yourself for the Defender for Endpoint, you have to go here on this page and you have to start the free trial, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. One more important thing, guys. One more important thing to note here is, if I wanted to register myself for the Defender for Endpoint, you should have a working access to this portal.azure.com. First thing is, if you are new to Defender for Endpoint, first thing you have to do, you have to register yourself for the portal.azure.com. Okay, once you are registered here, let me just show it to you. Wait a second. Once you are registered here on this portal, this is the Azure portal, then only you can go ahead and request for a free trial. So if I wanted to get the free trial, let me click on start free trial. I did it already in the last time. Let me just show you through the video recording for that. Let me show you first this part. So first thing is, you should have a working access to portal.azure.com. Then you will click on this link, reach this link, and then you can start your journey here. You can get started. So click on continue. It is taking time. So I have a recorded video for this. I did it last time and I recorded it once again. Let me show you that quickly. Yeah, registration for EDR. Let me quickly walk you through this one. So here I clicked on the same portal, so it is going to reach here. So here you have to put the Azure portal.azure.com. you have to log in here, then you have to click on setup account because you wanted to use the EDR. Give the full details to them, guys. We are using the, at the top you can see Microsoft Defender for Endpoint P2 trial. So yeah, so here I'm pulling out all the details, giving them the details. So once you did this, and all, click on next. So here it is going to send a verification code on your number. So I received the verification code. Mention the verification code here, verify it. So now here you have, what you have to do, you have to create a new username here. So it is asking for the creation of a new username. So I put a new, guys, whatever username you are doing, just remember it, guys. That is the key here. If you forget this username and the password, you will not be able to log in to the portal. So here I gave, so it is not taking in the username that I provide, so I changed it. Again it is not taking in, so you should provide a proper username. Again this is not taken. So now this will take it, Cortex SRK at Cortex 33. So once you did this, it will confirm the details. Again it is asking for the last part, that is the address and all. We need a bit more information to continue. Let me just quickly forward it. So I put all the address and all, and then saved it. So once you do this, guys, once you do all these settings, it will set up your Defender for Endpoint P2 trial license, and it will start your free 3 months trial period. Okay, for 3 months you have this Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. You can play with it. You can do a number of things basically. Let me go ahead. I'll share this demo video with you as well, not an issue. So once it is done, it will it will tell you, and then you can log in here. So asking, welcome to Microsoft 365 Defender. This is the portal basically. That's where we have to reach. So just pausing it here. I hope this point is clear to all of you guys, how to do this stuff. Yep. Now going back to the slide. So this is the portal basically. Once you register yourself, you will reach to this portal. Let me copy it and let me open it for you, so that we all are on the same page. No, I don't need this. I need this portal basically. securitycenter.windows.com. Use a different account. Let me stop sharing screen for 1 minute. Use a different account basically. Yeah, okay, it's already saved. What is the password? So now I'll be reaching to this Cortex page, EDR page. Come on man, Dr. Moda. Security dot. So this is the whole console one. Welcome to Microsoft. Close it. So all this stuff is available here at the left hand side. Endpoints, all about the endpoints. Let's talk more about it. What all are the capabilities of this Defender for Endpoint, guys? What are the capabilities? What all things you can do with the Defender for Endpoint? First thing is it is an advanced version of antivirus. I'm using the simple, guys. Throughout the course I'll be using layman language. It is an advanced version of Endpoint antivirus. Advanced version, what I mean by advanced version, endpoints you can install this Defender for Endpoint. It will be and there is a manager basically. So if I let me use the paint, use the paint here, 1 second. Come on, I'll go to full screen. Let me use paint. Okay, here. So see, there are endpoints in your environment. Multiple endpoints are there. You deploy the Defender for Endpoint. They will be capturing the information and sharing it to a centralized console. Here the endpoint manager it is. Okay, endpoint manager. We as a security expert or the SOC analyst or whatever role you have basically related to security of the EDR, you will be sitting on the console here and you will be viewing the logs basically. You can take action. You will be seeing this console. The console that I opened, you will be seeing this console. You will be taking action from here. Now talking about the capabilities, what is different in this Defender for Endpoint? First thing is it belongs to Microsoft. If you have Microsoft Windows and other stuff, Windows servers and all, this is the best solution for it, Defender for Endpoint. Okay, this is the first thing. Second thing is not only based on the signature. See, antivirus are known for detecting the threats based on the signature. For example, whenever they found a malicious ransomware, they know that ransomware will be renaming a file in the end dot RXE. I'm just giving an example. RXE. They know that this is a signature RXE. Whenever they see a threat based on a signature is already loaded into the endpoint. That whenever you see the malicious ransomware, this is how he will modifying the file. Signatures are already loaded. It can do the signature based detection. That we already know. Now, instead of signature, it can do behavioral based detection as well. See guys, this endpoint, Defender for Endpoint, it is very advanced. It is not only using signature, but it is detecting based on the behavior as well. It is using machine learning, artificial intelligence, and a number of things to detect a threat in the environment. So not only signature based, it is behavior based as well. Okay, now apart from this, okay, this is the basic detection part. Now talking about the response, through this console I can do a lot. endpoint detection and response. I can respond to threat as well. For example, through the console, if I want to block a file on the go, I can do that through as well. Response. Let me write it response. I want to isolate the machine from the environment with a one click from the defender for endpoint. I can do that as well. If I want to further investigate on the threat, I can do that as well. If I want a graph view, basically what all files got executed, what all different users are there, I can do that as well through this portal itself. All these capabilities are available through this portal. Okay, a number of capabilities are there. The important part on the EDR you have to understand is the response part here. I can respond to threat as well. Threat intelligence also I can integrate. I can isolate the machine. I can initiate a live response. See, what I can do is from this EDR console I can get a connection to CLI access to that Windows endpoint machine, specific machine. I can run the commands from there. All this stuff, all these things I can do through the Defender for Endpoint console. So guys, for the demo session I have only this thing as of now. So